What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. You know by now, of course, Jurassic World Rebirth is out in theaters. One of the big three movies for July, along with Superman and Fantastic Four: First Steps. It's not doing very well with the critics as expected. The audience is liking it a little bit more, although this is kind of a tame response. It really tells me that this movie is going to struggle with word of mouth. People aren't really feeling these movies anymore. All right. But yeah, 51% from the critics. This is what we expect. These movies aren't very good. Critics aren't going to like these movies because there's really no story here at all. Just like all of the other previous Jurassic World Rebirths, they're just derivatives of the original. All right. The only real good movie in this entire franchise is the first Jurassic Park. After that, it's just like sequels. All right. It's just like Friday the 13th sequels. I told somebody this the other day. They're literally just like the same exact thing we got with the original, again, with different characters, different people getting killed. That's it. That's all Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movies are. There's really nothing more to it. Critics have pretty much responded the same every single time. This one was 48% or 47% with Fallen Kingdom. The audience definitely wasn't rocking with Fallen Kingdom at all, 48%. And then you go to Dominion. Audience, again, liked Dominion a little bit more. The critics didn't at 29%, but the audiences gave it a 77%. And I think the reason is because it brought back the original crew from the original Jurassic Park. It brought those back. So you got a little fan service. People got a little excited about that. Oh, man, look at it. There's Sam Neill. All right. There's Jeff Goldblum. This is dope. I think that's the reason why Dominion did a little bit better with the audiences. But I mean, yeah, all of these Jurassic World movies, they're about this. All right. I said that in my review. You can check my review out. I did Out of the Theater review a couple of weeks back. That's what they are. They're literally just dinosaurs eating people every single time. Rinse, repeat. That's it. There's nothing more to them than that. That's why I turn my brain off at the door, kind of like I do with Friday the 13th and slasher movies of that type. Just turn your brain off at the door, go in there, have fun watching Jason hack up people or dinosaurs chasing these people, if you like that sort of thing. You know, but I think they're coming to the end of the road at this point, because I was looking at the Jurassic World box office this weekend. All right. $133 million 5-day debut for Jurassic World Rebirth. That's what they expected to do. You're probably saying, yeah, DA, that actually sounds like a pretty good number. All right. 5 days, $133 million. You know, that's solid. That's solid until you start considering. Yeah, look at what the last Jurassic World movie did, Dominion, okay? It did $1 billion worldwide. But again, let's look at what it did opening weekend. Yeah, $145 million opening weekend, all right? And that was a 3-day opening weekend, all right? That wasn't 5 days, it was 3. And so now going back here, you're getting less money with more days. I think people are checking out of this franchise, Universal. I think people are done here. It might be smart for them just to park this thing, say, hey, you know what? Let's give it some air and some time, just like we did when we brought Jurassic World back. You know, we hadn't seen the dinosaur franchise for about, almost 2 decades, really. Say, yeah, let's just push pause on this franchise. Because, I mean, you're not doing anything interesting with it. Throwing Scarlett Johansson in it doesn't do anything. It's not bringing boys to the yard. She's girl bossing this entire thing. You know, she can't capitalize on the male gaze anymore, like she was just talking about. She's not capitalizing on the male gaze, although I still think she's a very attractive woman. But, she sees the writing on the wall. And I don't think this franchise really has it like that anymore. Again, you got to let people miss things. We're starting to see this kind of repeating pattern. Hey, bring an old franchise out of mothballs, dust it off. First movie's going to be gangbusters. All the parents that loved the original are going to come back. They're going to drag their kids in. They're going to make it a big event. And then maybe you bring back some of the old school, folks, like they did with Jurassic World Dominion. You bring back the old cast. Ellie Sattler's coming back. All right. All of these old school characters, you bring them back, you put them in the movie. Everybody's like, cool. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But you'll remember that it's been diminishing returns with the box office. Yeah, see, so the first Jurassic World, right, made $1.6 billion. The second Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, $1.3 billion. You see the downward interest? And then we get back to Dominion, which barely scraped over $1 billion. And so it's like, all right, look, the next one's not going to hit $1 billion, all right? Rebirth, I doubt it's going to hit $1 billion. It really will depend on the international markets, but the international markets have been showing declining interest as well. If you go and look at those numbers, they're showing declining interest. And so, yeah, I think at this point in time, it's time for Hollywood just to get honest and real and say, look, if we keep going down in this road with remakes, reboots, sequels, prequels, spinoffs, and we just keep churning that out, and that's the majority of our content, you're losing audiences left and right. Audiences are not rocking with this shit anymore. It's all moving over, as I've been saying for a lot of time now. It's moving over to the East. It's moving over to Eastern entertainment. It's going to anime. Yeah, I just got back from Anime Expo, all right? Had a blast, by the way, okay? A lot of fun with my kids. Just walking through here, checking out all the displays. I mean, and it just had a ton of people. An absolute metric ton of people. And everybody in here, they're all in their teens, they're in their 20s, they're in their 30s, all right? Not a lot of old people. I was like one of the oldest people there, all right? One guy was like, man, it's cool that you like anime with your kids and all that stuff. And I was like, man, you're making me feel old, man. But in reality, man, this is where the future of entertainment is in the West. They're going to the East. They're going to anime. And they don't want to rock with your little your little bullshit anime that you're trying to jump in. Oh, we're going to go ahead and remake this and we're going to throw it in the thing. They're not really here for that. They want the real deal, man. They want anime. And the reason why anime has been able to capture all of these young minds is because you're giving them stuff like Jurassic World. You're giving them old stuff that I watched when I was coming up. All right, we're going to, remix it. We're going to slap a new coat of paint on it, throw some brand new stars in it. Here you go. The same thing that you got. Yeah, but that was something that was made back in the 90s. That ain't something that's made for this generation. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, a lot of kids there, man. A lot of young kids, all right? Everybody's in cosplay, man. The energy was positive. It was hype. This is what you want, Hollywood. Hollywood would love to have this right now, but they can't get it. And you know why they can't get it? Because they don't do original content. They don't do something that's made for this generation. This is the next, all right? This is what's up next. I mean, the entire culture is just like impressive, like the way that they lock in with all of the youngsters, man. Tons and tons of kids everywhere. They got all the little gotcha games and the little claw machine balls there. I mean, I had a fun time, man, hanging out, going through all of this stuff with my kids, man, going through our old times when we went to Japan. This is where it's at. Okay, this is where it's at. This is what kids are looking for. This is what people are looking for right now. Something different, all right? We're tired of Western entertainment. Western entertainment don't do it like the East. The East just does what they're doing. And the West just wants to copy off of other people's past instead of giving us new and interesting. As we look at some more footage, what's crazy, when you think about it, a lot of the Eastern influences are from the West, right? Anime is... kind of, they watch Walt Disney, original Walt Disney, okay? Not the crap they're doing now, but what Disney was doing all the way back in the 1940s and 50s, like with the large expressive eyes. That's why a lot of anime characters, you see the large expressive eyes. They got that from Disney, all right? They got that from Disney. And so as Hollywood abandons Walt Disney and Walt Disney's old principles of how he did things, all right? His ideas are still shining through in anime. But see, Hollywood don't understand that. They think that it's all about the IPs and we just got to keep doing these same IPs over and over and over. And this is where it's gotten them, where all the audience is now ran them off. They're now in anime. They're now checking with Eastern entertainment. Squid Game is one of the more popular, right? That's coming from Korea. One of the more popular shows. It's out right now. Blew Netflix records out of the books. Everybody's coming to East. Everybody's moving East. And it's like, I don't know what it is. Hollywood, they're just slow, all right? This is the reason why the East is beating the West. It's because that they are doing something unique and different, and they're giving youngsters their own, like, this is ours. It doesn't belong to my old man. Like I said, I was the oldest guy, or one of the oldest guys there, all right? This is such a cool little spot, man. I can't wait to go back here. I'm going to go back here. This is like a whole, like... It looks like a whole like exhibition. It's like a maze. You go in there, you win prizes and everything. And it's right there just for the price of admission. When are we going to see the West compete? I don't think they can. Yeah, and then they're still spending insane amounts of money on this shit. $225 million budget for Jurassic World Rebirth. And like I said, it's going to make its money back. It will be profitable. Even if it makes, like, I think, what do you need? Let's say you added another 100 million on there. So that's 325. So you're talking about 650 to break even. All right. You need about $650 million to break even. This will get $650 million. Again, when you spend $225 million, all right, You're thinking $1 billion. That's how you should be looking. This will get 650. It'll probably come in somewhere around 800 is my prediction. It'll be around $800 million overall in the world. But it's not going to hit $1 billion. And like I said, you're really not doing anything to capture the imaginations and the interest of kids in the West. You got to start creating new things for them, not for money, not for, cash grab, not for your own pockets, because that's really what this is, just a cash grab at this point. They don't really care about the franchise that hard. They just know people will come and watch this shit. So, hey, if you want to do that, you're going to see anime take over. That's basically how I see it. You're going to see anime completely take over. All right. I'm ready to start doing more anime content because it's more interesting. It's a bigger world. There's more to talk about. It's not just remake, reboot, sequel, it's not that. Like, give me some stuff that I haven't seen before. Give me new characters. Give me new worlds. All right. I mean, they're now to the point where they brought dinosaurs all over the world. And now, we got to shrink them back down to one little area of the world where nobody is supposed to travel, but somehow like a family, is taking a cruise and they get through and it's like, come on, this is stupid. They're just inventing dumb shit so that they can put dinosaurs in the way of people or people in the way of dinosaurs. And then there we go. Nobody likes it except for the fact that there's big giant monsters chasing people. It's a kaiju movie, really, without any real thought. There's kaiju movies better than this shit. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. Look, I'm thinking right now is the time to pull the plug because when you start seeing numbers like this, all right, when you start seeing numbers, especially like this, it's like, shit, we had more days and we're making less money than the last movie. I think it's time to pull the plug and reassess. Let it sit for a decade. Don't come out with another Jurassic World Park movie, whatever, until 2035. If I was at Universal, that's what I would be doing. And I'm saying, all right, man, and now with that $225 million, we're going to start trying to create new franchises that we can continue to build and attract the younger audiences that have fled us and they are now over at Anime Expo as we speak. That's what I'm going to try to do. All right, but we'll see what Hollywood does. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.